If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again and welcome to episode number 19 of the Inter Milan career mode here on FIFA 15. We start with an away game in the Europa League. It's been a while since we've been playing in Europe. Obviously, there is a break between the group stage and the knockout stages in both the Europa League and the Champions League. We've had an easier draw in the Europa League knockout stages. You can see round of 32 we're playing Club Bruges from Belgium. Not the strongest of opposition, and we'll be hoping to take advantage of that. Obviously, we're not at the peak of our playing powers at present either ourselves, with a lot of work still to be done to the squad, but we are still good enough to be able to beat Bruges and hopefully beat Bruges quite considerably well. So as you can see, Palacio and Icardi starting up top. Got Musa Sissoko in at cam, with Freddie Guarin dropped to an out-and-out centre mids role, so that he can kind of help defensively as well as offensively. And Musa Sissoko kind of revels that opportunity now that I've given him the first team chance at cam, because he puts us 1-0 up after 7 minutes. Nice run actually, bursting through their defensive line, timed the pass to perfection, and that's a tidy finish to make it 1-0. We get a free kick in the 18th minute, just heading into the 19th minute, 31 yards out. Cherdan Shaqiri buries it. Great free kick from him. We don't have an out-and-out free kick specialist, as in someone that has like free kick accuracy in the late 80s, early 90s, etc. But Cherdan Shaqiri, his free kicks are good enough, shall we say, to be able to quite convincingly put shots like that away. But that's a very convincing shot from them as well. They're back to 2-1 after 24 minutes. That's 3 goals already, and we're not even at the half-hour mark yet, and they're going to have another chance here, breaking down the left-hand side. Izquierdo is the player down the left-hand side. Into Simons, into Vormer. Space opens up, plays it through to De Souza, and that is 2-2 after 29 minutes. I didn't expect them to come back into it, to be completely honest. After we dominated the opening 20 minutes and had ourselves a 2-0 lead, I thought it was going to be a matter of just how many are we going to score, rather than a case of 4 goals into the game, it'd be 2-2 rather than 4-0. But as you can see, we're still only just after the goal that they've just scored to make it 2-2 when Gary Medel plays in Mauro Icardi. Gets past a couple of defenders here, shows good strength. Good save from Matt Ryan, the goalkeeper, but Rodrigo Palacio is there on hand to pounce on the rebound, and after 35 minutes, there have been 5 goals in the game already. It's 3-2. We're still not done with the first half when the next chance comes along. Mauro Icardi into Freddie Guarin. Nice little bit of passing play here. Leads Icardi with the shot, but had to turn onto his left foot because of the pressure from the defender, and it just was not the best of connections on the ball from Mauro. So we have another free kick in the second half, about the same sort of distance as the first one was, so we'll try and do exactly the same with Shaqiri, and he comes oh so close to doing exactly the same. Pretty much carbon copy of his first free kick, only it went 2 inches the wrong side of the woodwork rather than 2 inches inside the woodwork. But Palacio's played through here. We're in 74th minute now. In behind, obviously going to turn inside just to open up the angle to make it 4-2, and that is going to give us a 4-2 win in this first leg. Now, not only, as always in knockout stages, is it nice to get a win away from home, obviously 4 away goals is going to be quite the margin to try and recover from for Club Bruges. So we've got to put ourselves in an extremely strong position heading into the second leg of this particular round of Europa League fixtures. Unfortunately, though, this game against Cagliari kind of came at the wrong time because the fitness of the squad was pretty dead, or at least my first team players was pretty dead. So as you can see, we sit second in the table right now. Juve are above us thanks to their victory, and Roma have won their game in hand but only draw level on points with us rather than jumping 2 points ahead. And you'll be able to see from my starting lineup when it comes up onto your screen that I'm actually having to start quite a rotation side here because of the fitness of the squad. It just kind of goes to show that despite the fact we're having a very good season right now, our squad depth, or quality in depth, still isn't as good as I might like it to be. Marco Sell obviously playing against his former club here for the first time, and Lucas Podolski is going to sit behind he and Mauro Icardi. Jonathan on the right hand side, Nagatomo on the left, Brozovic and Kovacic in the middle, and I was kind of hoping that the lack of fitness and the lack of first team quality was going to cause us any problems here, but they took the lead after 6 minutes, and that kind of put me on the back foot. I was like, right, okay, fine. We've got a weaker side out and we've gone 1-0 down early on. We've got a battle on our hands here, especially away from home. But Nagatimo's going to pick up the ball from that short free kick. Not really too sure where to go from here. We've got 2 or 3 white shirts on the overlap on the far side. Kovacic brings that down really well, but it's a very smart save from the goalkeeper. Great reactions to throw an arm out to that to push it around the post for a corner, which unfortunately nothing came of. So as you can see, half an hour in, Cagliari again on the attack themselves, and Poku gets the ball in from Dosinar and then plays it out wide towards Ekdal. Beautiful ball over the top to Longo. Good shot, well saved by Handanovic, but he's just killed it dead right next to him, and then it's just a case of who can get there first between him, the striker and the defender. And as you can tell, the striker got there first. We have ourselves a 2-0 deficit, and it's going to be close to 3-0 here, and Poku gets through. Wasn't really too sure whether to try and block the pass or try and block the shot. In the end, I tried to block the shot and he went for the pass, and we had to rely on Handanovic to make a good save. This time he did make a good save and got it away from danger, which was the most important thing. But as you can see now, we're in the 87th minute. Nothing really happened in the second half. My players I couldn't create anything. Cagliari defended brilliantly well. Icardi hits the post here, and that's the closest we've come to this point to getting ourselves a goal back. Lucas Podolski is going to try and do his best to salvage something, but another tame shot is well blocked by the defender. So we're into stoppage time now at the end of the second half. Marco Sal, not really too sure where to go here. Like I say, Cagliari defended extremely well. They're just blocking off all of my options. They then had to play a risky pass into Brozovic. He then finds Podolski, or he passes it back to then find Podolski to then slot it into the back of the net. But it's just too little too late, unfortunately. By the time I'd figured out how to break down Cagliari's backline, it was already the end of the game. So we lose that one 2-1, and I'm not too sure what that's going to do for our league position. We'll have to find out at the end of the episode when we have a look at the league table. But we jump back to Europa League action then for the third and final game of the episode, back at San Siro for the second leg of the Europa League round of 32. Again, playing a more solid, recognisable first team, but I swapped Guarin and Sissoko around. I don't really know why I did that, considering Sissoko had such a good game at Cam in the previous game against Bruges. So I was hoping then perhaps that it wasn't going to cause us any sort of problems. We'd still be as sound defensively and as good offensively as we had been in the first leg. Although I guess to be fair, we had conceded 2 goals, so maybe Moussa Sissoko would be a better choice defensively than Guarin was in the first leg. But they're playing the same sort of formation, a 4-3-3. Obviously, they have to go quite attacking because they've got a 2-goal deficit and 4 away goals to try and contend with. So they need either a 3-goal win or to score at least 4 goals here away from home at the San Siro. Not necessarily the easiest task they'll have ever had set by them, or set to them, but it got a little bit harder immediately as Marco Sal after 7 minutes gave us the 1-0 lead. Opposite to what happened in the Cagliari game, us taking the lead early on rather than the opposition. But it was similar to what happened in the first leg, obviously. Sal with Maradona turn around no one, and then a good save by Matt Ryan this time, pushes the ball out for a corner, and we'll try and get ourselves a second goal. Obviously, the more goals we score now, the far tougher it is for Bruges to get themselves back in it, because even if there weren't an away goal, or if there weren't an away goal rule, obviously they'd only need a smaller number of goals here. But it's now 6-2 on aggregate, so if they do want to go through, then they're going to have to match our result from the first leg anyway. So prior to that Cavander goal, 3 goals would have been enough if there weren't an away goal rule. But obviously, now that there is an away goal rule, they have to score, 5 goals now if they want to go through outright, or 4 if they want to take it to extra time. So rather a tough task, but they did score 2 goals quite quickly in the first leg, so I wasn't going to get too complacent this early on, despite the fact we have a 6-2 aggregate lead. As you can see, coming up towards half-time, they play the ball across here. Really nicely worked move, slotted into the back of the net, and oh my god, I struggled with that name, didn't I? Izquierdo makes it 2-1 on the night and 6-3 on aggregate. But of course, they will continue to come at us in the second half. But they left themselves quite open at the back, as you can see, easily slotting through Rodrigo Palacio here, turning inside. Tidy little finish, and that's 3-1 on the night and 7-3 on aggregate. So we are quite convincingly through to the next round of the Europa League. Into the round of 16, we'll have to wait and see what the draw throws up from that. As of this point, it hasn't been drawn, I don't think. So we'll have to make sure that, maybe it'll be in Monday's episode. We might have to wait till Tuesday for Europa League action. I'm not sure when the next round will actually be scheduled for, but As you can see here, oh, it has been scheduled, my bad. We got Liverpool, lol. So we'll have Fiorentina, Napoli, and the first leg against Liverpool on Monday in that particular episode. But that's going to bring Friday's episode to a close. Weirdly now, unfortunately, we found ourselves dropping down to 4th. So we've only played 1 league game in today's episode, and it's cost us 3 league positions. So really need to get back on the winning run if we want to find ourselves into those Champions League spots for next season. If not, up towards the title. It is so ridiculously tight at the top. Clearly, as you can see, 3 points stretching from 1st to 4th, and it just goes down by 1 point each position. Obviously, Fiorentina are a long way behind us, and then Lazio are even further behind them. So we're guaranteed a Europa League spot, almost certainly, but we want at least the Champions League spot, if not the league title. So between now and the end of the season, we will try our best on all fronts. We're out of the Coppa Italia, unfortunately, but maybe we could get a League and European Cup double. We'll have to wait and see. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close, like I say. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. And I will see you next time.